Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Today, as usual, Saturday is my one-to-one, so it's the video where I like to share with you my opinion about certain kind of topics. And today I want to talk about the Italian politics and also about Italian politicians. Which, let me give you this introduction. So I'm not into politics at all. So don't ask me the difference between left and right, tall and short. So basically, I'm not aware. Uh, I'm not really aware about what's going on from the polit- from the politics point of view. I'm not aware. So I'm a kind of person that is very detached from politics and from the politicians. So I'm not watching television. I don't have television at home. So I don't watch news. Um, the only thing that I watch anyway is on the internet. I might catch news here and there and feelings of the people around. What do I want to say? That for me, according to me, politics in Italy is useless. For me, it's totally useless. Now, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Doesn't matter if it's right or if it's left or right. What I witnessed during all my years, anyway, is that I never seen any changes. So since I was 15 when I started understanding a bit of politics, and actually when I was young I was following a lot because I had a lot of hope. In Italy, for example, in 1992 we had huge scandals. Anyway, was brought to the light all the corruption that we had in the First Republic, because first until 1992 we call it the First Republic. From 1992 we are calling the Second Republic. And so for me, that time when I was only 15, 16, and for me that was a time of a big change. That was the time, for example, that I had big hope, like many Italians, because we all knew about this corruption and the scandals that was run by the Italian politicians. And so when this had been revealed, all the Italians felt like, wow, now it's gonna start a new cycle, it's gonna be a new Italy, and so on. So it was 1992. Now we are in 2025. From 1992 to 2025, 33 years passed by. Wow, 33 years is a life, practically, is a kind of life. So I put a lot of hope in politics. Then I saw that anyway, till the age of 25, let's say for 10 years, I believe that things could have been changing, but then certain kind of dynamics, basically I understood that nothing would have changed. Mainly that politician will never have been able to change anything. So when I was 25, 26, I started believing that nothing would have been changed here in Italy. For me, that was the moment that I started realizing that one politician or another, they're part all of the same bunch. So they protect themselves, they make the law to protect themselves. So there's no really, I realized that they didn't care at all about people, for example. And so then, anyway, I decided to leave Italy because, but the main reason why I decided to leave Italy wasn't mainly for politics, because anyway, I still had my ideology, I still had my ideas, I still believe that someone could have changed, could have done something. But then anyway, the reason why I left is because Italians were complaining from the morning till the evening. I couldn't tolerate anymore this attitude where you go around and there are only people complaining and nobody is doing anything to improve the situation. So this what it was, what really disappointed me, and so I decided to leave. Then obviously when you're abroad, when I was abroad, I start detaching even more from the politics and from the politicians. I stopped caring. I remember the first few years abroad, I was still following and watching the news and having hope that this could have won the election and would have brought a bit of fresh air, big changes. Anyway, nothing happened. Then the more I was staying away abroad, the more I was detaching from the politics. But now, anyway, now I'm back to Italy. And obviously, when I came back, actually, one of the reasons I said to myself, I can come back, is because I realized that I didn't care at all about what people were saying around me. I was so detached from politics and so also people opinion, this discussion between Italians are always divided. They're all one side and the other side, and they don't understand that they're all the same bunch. I mean, and but now in 2025, I still see this division, left and right, and whatever things that maybe I cannot even say because maybe the video then is gonna be sensitive. You know, now there are in these days there are elections soon in Germany, for example, and we had the elections in the United States and so on, elections everywhere. But so I came back to Italy because I was totally detached. Then there is the choice to move in a small town, simply to not to be even more detached from, let me say, the stressful life of the city. And I noticed, for example, that people in the cities they care more, while a rural life you just thinking, you're only thinking about your basic needs, your needs. And so, and anyway, I was detached. For example, now people can complain. I noticed that nothing has changed. People are complaining from the morning till when they from when they wake up till when they go to sleep. In Italy, they are only complaining. They don't do anything at all. Then, what else I can say? For example, let me say that now what I notice now after so many years abroad is that Italy is ruined by a little minority. For example, I can see, I see the majority of the people that are well behaving, that are polite, that are friendly. So from this point of view, I don't see many problems, but there is a small percentage, there's a small amount of people that, believe me, are ruining, totally ruining this country. So these are, I don't know what's in these people's brain, to be honest. They don't follow the rules at all. Zero, zero. I can say they drive like mad, for example, and is a minority. I don't know what brings someone to drive like a mad or to throw rubbish everywhere. For example, now I have to make videos about the rubbish because it's a disgrace. This morning I went for a walk in a forest and there was more rubbish in the forest than in the town. Why people, why I believe, for example, there is a little minority of these people, and then there is this big majority that unfortunately is doesn't have the power to do anything against this little amount of people. We don't even know who they are, for example, but you can see that there are some, as a very small amount of people, very extremely not civilized. I feel like they're worse than the Stone Age, some people here in Italy. But anyway, I can say that the majority are doing well. The majority, I cannot complain from this point of view. Then, for example, going back to the politic, I have to say that in Italy we have three kind of levels of politician. Okay, now we have. Let's start from the lowest. We have the local administration. Okay, then we have the regional, because we have 20 regions, and then so we have the regional politicians, and then we have the nation one, um, the national, the parties, the parties and the politicians that are running the government and they are in the parliament. So now let me start from the top. The top are totally useless. Totally, totally. These for me are just a caste that Italian people are maintaining at their own expenses, and they are totally useless. I never seen anything improving a little bit in this country. Nothing. Actually, again, it was better the First Republic when where everyone was corrupted than nowadays. For example, now talking about the national government, at the moment everyone knows that we have this lovely woman uh, as prime minister, Giorgia Meloni, which is actually appreciated all over the world. I remember wherever I've been, everyone was saying, "Oh, what a lovely prime minister you have! She's gonna." She's gonna do well now because her party is the right wing, is the right party. She's gonna put an halt on the immigration. She's gonna put strict rules about this. To be honest, I don't see anything. Now, I don't know how many years, for example, Giorgia Meloni, the prime minister, he is in charge. I say maybe now it's 2 years. I don't know. You can correct me because I don't follow politics. For me, they are just normal people, richer than other, and maybe that they're stealing more than other. I don't know. No, stealing no, but who knows? Obviously, they are abusing of their position. That's for sure, because all the benefits they have, I mean, this is clear, but in worldwide anyway, politicians are always full of benefits, they're having their happy life, ceremonies, and while normal people are struggling. Now, why do we pay these politicians? To do what? They are not doing anything at all. Nothing is improving. Nothing. Zero. Now, or you are able, like me, to become the owner of your life. I'm country of myself, to give you. And so I make my life totally independent, except for the taxes that I have to pay. Okay, I will pay what I have to pay. Mainly, taxes have to be paid. What can I do? Even if they keep increasing, can we avoid paying taxes? No, it means I'm gonna spend less somewhere else. I mean, if you want me to help the economy, to run the economy, tax me less, and obviously I will spend my money in another way. But the more you tax me, and because it's mandatory to pay the taxes, because if you don't pay taxes, then you're gonna be fined, and you're gonna have even more problems. So, taxes first. Taxes and bills come first. So I have to cover these. These two things must be covered. Not even have to. They must be covered. And but again, from the politician, from the national government, I don't see anything. Actually, they only put, I don't know. Sometimes, okay, sometimes I'm trying to understand. I try to follow what they are discussing in the parliament. It's even impossible for the Italian average person to understand what they're talking about, because it's something that it's only blah blah blah. It's only, I don't know, announcements, and in the end, what do they do? Something only to fine and tax people more and more. Obviously, they need to find money to keep running the country anyway. So, what's the solution? Tax me more, tax more people, and so basically, so from the national government, from the parliament. I, I wish someone to tell me one good thing that Giorgia Meloni, for example, but now the problem is not only Giorgia Meloni, because as well the other ones that were before, and they've been in charge for 4 or 5 years, I don't know. What did they do? Simply nothing. Zero. These people are warming up chairs in the parliament and they're not doing anything at all for the people, if not to tax more, and people have to pay more. That's the only thing they're able to do, is how to increase taxes. Anyway, and to make people life more difficult. Then, for example, we had the regional parliaments, because each region has its own parliament, obviously has less powers, have less powers than the national one. They're all, some region could be left, run by the left party, some another region might be run by the right. Some regions maybe are doing well, better than another, okay, but it's not, that doesn't depend on the regional government. For example, if a region is doing better than another one, simply is based on the money that is distributed from the national government to this region. Obviously, more money you have, and then someone might say, oh, there are regional governments who don't know how to spend the money. That's also true. I mean, that is also true. The only one that I would give a good point, let's say, are the local administrations. For example, I see in Italy that there are a lot of towns. Now, maybe big cities is a bit harder, but let's talk about small villages or small cities. For example, if you have a good local administration, you see that some things are done, for example. And this is something that I have to give kind of as a positive feedback, for example, to the local administration. Here, I cannot complain at all. Maybe because I don't go to vote, is 15 years that I don't go to vote, but for example, I always say to myself, if I see someone doing well, then I'm gonna reward that person with my vote. But if they're only doing disasters, why should I reward anyone? I'm not gonna reward anyone. But about the local administration, for example, if I'm happy with the local administration, and I have to say that, for example, here in Montemilone, I'm quite happy, because it's also important to understand that the power of the local administration is extremely, extremely, extremely limited. So there's not much they can do, for example, because most of the decisions are taken by the government and by the regional. So local administrations, for example, they can keep a town clean, for example. They can let the services working well, for example, the water services, whatever is related with the services about the town. So from this point of view, or restructuring, renovating, making new roads. So all these things that are in power of the local administration. And so from this point of view, I think that now that I'm back here, and for example, I might go to vote and give my vote to this administration, if I think that these people who are running the administration in this town or in another town, whatever, if you're a resident and you think they are doing well, go to vote, because who is doing well has to be rewarded. I cannot reward someone who didn't prove me anything, who hasn't done anything. This is what I would like Italian people, for example, to understand. I mean, people can do whatever they want. They can, obviously, a lot of money are running around the politics. So, and from this point of view, if I'm feeding my family thanks to the money that are running around the politics, obviously I will keep going to vote, because it's all my interest to keep this system running like that. If I don't have anything to do, I say no, bring me some benefits. I want to see real things. I mean, if you are able to do well, if you're able to lower me the taxes, and if I see that you are keeping cities and towns secure, that there is control, or they're keeping clean, anyway, they are doing all the things that should be done, then at that stage, obviously, if I see someone, anyway, a politician at a national level, who I can say that after 5 years, 4 years, I can say, wow, things really improved, then at that stage, I can even say, okay, I'm going to vote, even if, because anyway, I don't believe anymore in left and right, um, in these divisions. All I want is someone to do well. Then I don't care if it's right. Like, these ideology are gone as something related to the last century. So nowadays, who in 2025 still thinks that, oh, there is that is right wing, or that is left wing, for me hasn't understood anything. And maybe these people could be the problem in this society, because there's no difference between left and right. Just see who is doing what, judge on the base of, are they doing well? Good. Are they doing bad? No good. Let's see who else is going then. If they keep doing bad, anyway, it's up to the people to be able to point someone, or I don't know, to choose someone. Obviously, the choice between this politician in Italy, I mean, these are people who are 30, 40, 50 years sitting there, and they are not doing anything. So what can I expect from these people? So basically, I'm not expecting anything from any politician. All I can appreciate are local administrations. In case I see they're doing well, I see towns, for example, around here, where the towns are very well kept and things are working well. So I might say, wow, here they probably have a very good local administration. If I see that a town that is a disaster, I have to say, here, local administration thinks only about filling the pockets. All right, my friends, so I wanted to make this video about politics in this one-to-one on Saturday. And so I wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you soon here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel. Bye!